Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Afternoon.
It's so lovely to have such wonderful musicians actually here at the Jellyman's studio. What's it like being sat in the very place I do my videos? Do you feel...
I've just teleported in, and it's amazing. It's I can feel the energy coming off the vinyls and CDs behind it.
It does come off the vinyl, see?
Yeah, you can feel the buzz. There might be a wormhole opening up. You might get sucked in. It happens sometimes with...
It happened to me before, actually.
Yeah, you've had that.
In Shoreditch.
I'm on a wormhole there now, bro.
You want to put one in
Yeah, in this modern day with technology, you might as well stick a wormhole in the bloody floor. That's easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Do one in his forehead now. Get up close. I want a wormhole right in PHI'S forehead, and then that's the thumbnail.
Brilliant. Okay, sorted.
Are we doing it in 7, are we?
We're doing it in 7 because 7 days of the week.
7 days a week. 7 brides with 7 brothers.
7, exactly.
The 7 dwarves.
7 men and a half men of Tame.
7.5 men of Tame. It was just 7 men of Tame.
No, it's a half, 7.5. It's going up.
Yeah, I think it's a better title. 16's too many.
Yeah.
It's too. I can't picture that. So, do you want to? How are we going to get the speed? We really don't know what we're doing, everybody. You're over here. We really don't know what we're doing. So, we've got a rough idea of the harmonic structure.
Yes.
You want to go that? You're coming together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Vaguer and jazzy. I did the rim click on the last one. I do apologise, everybody. Right, are you ready? After 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So you both have new albums out. So
We do.
you've got an album out now, and this features what I call your American band. I class myself as being in the British band, but I
Yes.
don't know whether I am. But can you tell them about the American band and how this album's come about and what's
The
going
American
on?
band with a bit of Sweden tucked in there too.
Yeah.
So yes, this is featuring Marco Miniman, who's actually German but lives in the US.
Yeah, he's not American, is he?
No, he's
No.
German.
In fact, nobody's American.
Well, Brian is. Brian
Yeah.
Bella on bass and Lale Larson on keys on some of the tracks, and a guest guitar solo from Terry Sirek. So this album has been on the shelf for a long time, waiting to be finished, and so
That's not like you.
it is very like me. I've got a lot.
What's the longest? Tell them what the longest is been to
Well,
for you to make an album.
this is probably the one.
Is this the one,
This
is it?
tops Reality Is My Plaything.
Does it?
There are recordings of early demos of this album from the year 2000 with Lale.
25 years of the making.
Yeah, and in fact, one of the songs I found a live recording from '98 of me playing it live. So one of the songs is really old. One of my first sort of fusion compositions. Of course, they've grown and adapted since then. So some of the stuff goes back a long time. So this is kind of like the album I've always dreamt of making, but I think it's that sense of perfectionism that sometimes kind of makes it daunting, makes it a bigger beast than it actually turned out to be. And because there's so much music coming out of me, it's almost like it's a case of prioritization. I have to go where the most passion is. Because like right now we've got 5 albums on the go anyway. It's like you're cooking multiple meals at the same time. But eventually you have to focus on one because you got to eat. I wanted to just it's kind of like a twin album to Solar Flare, even though it's come along.
Oh, that's exactly what I was going to say, because when I first came across you, I remember Solar Flare came out, and that really your guitar playing, I think, especially, and it was in such a strange context, not the normal sort of show-off guitar stuff. And then you got in contact with me, to play, but the Solar Flare became the sort of representation of your guitar playing.
Yes.
And I think since then you've done a lot of albums which explore your compositional side, but there's been improvisation stuff. We did the ley line stuff together. We did 6 albums there. But listening to this one in the car, I thought, PHI'S returned to the guitar. This is like a big hurrah for his guitar playing. So
it is. It is my sort of statement on guitar, and I think it's always been there. I mean, like I said, it's been lying there. I mean, most of the guitar, bass, and drums and sort of rhythm guitar parts were tracked in San Diego back in 2009. So that's how far back. The core of that. So all I had to do was really just add all the lead guitar and solos. That's all that's been waiting to be finished over the last 15 odd years. And it was last year, beginning of last year, I thought it's now or never. Either I just shelve this album completely or I finish it off. And I had to just dig back into the spirit of it, find that spirit, find the joy I had initially of listening to all those great guitar albums as I was a teenager, listening to the Passion and Warfares, this Surfing with the Aliens, those albums that sort of gave me joy, and also bringing that together with the compositions that interested me at the time, the Mad Vishnu Orchestra, Return to Forever, some of the more fusion-based compositions, the Zappa stuff, and melding these two together in my own way. And also exploring the inner cosmic spiral, which for me is really the journey within, the universe within each of us.
But can you explore that for us now?
What,
Right now, yeah, you do it now.
The inner cosmic spiral?
Yeah, go on.
You want to do it?
That was good, wasn't it, the way you just did there? That was very impressive. I didn't expect that. Shannon, you've got a new album coming out and actually some more in the pipeline as well. So do you want to tell us about yours? Because I know nothing about your album.
Yeah, the one that just come out is called Playground for the Upper 1%, and the narrative is really about that kind of polarization. It's kind of a groove based. It's songs. It features Miles Bold on percussion, drums and percussion.
He was a friend of the channel, Miles.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, he's got great feel, and he played percussion on it, and I've got a few other jazz guys playing on there. But it's essentially a kind of a narrative around these themes, and it's just songs, it's me singing. These were songs that I wrote in the 1990s. They've been sitting on cassettes for years that I decided to organize and prepare for this album. And I'm also working on another album. Well, I've just finished another album that's coming out at the end of the month called Chimp's Tea Party at the White House, which is a collection of public domain speeches and samples and bits of music. It's kind of a timely musical work, really, because of what's happening. I just felt compelled to write something, just express it through music.
We are going to now have the last track we did. We did quite a free-form improvisation, and you are now going to watch that, and it will be the end of the video at the end of that. Won't it? That's it, done then.
Well, it's only the end so far, unless it's the beginning if you watch it backwards.
Yeah, I've done that already. I've done these circular videos that go back to the beginning.
Well, have you
Want me to do it on this
have
one?
you done a circular life?
I'm always doing that.
You know, but
I've lived this life 157,000 times.
I think you have.
Yeah, I have,
think
yeah.
you're about that.
Yeah.
About that number.
This is the best it's been, this bit.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
The high
really
point is
is.
everything's led up to this.
I learned from it the last time we did it, you know.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good.
Because when I went into that polka, I remember through the eons of thinking that polka was no bloody good. I didn't do it this time.
Yeah.
Just did loads of fast soloing, which Shannon loved. So, before we go off into the netherworld, this is the heavyweight. There's got to be a heavyweight. You probably thought the other ones were quite heavyweight. This one's the heavyweight channel. Sorry, I've lost it now. See, I knew it. I forgot.
Go on, you can do it. You can
No,
do it. You
no.
can do it. It's there. It's there. It's coming through. You can do it.
No, I remember this bit now. Every 157,000 times I've done this. Every time I get to the end of the video, I think I've nailed it and I'm going to be okay. And then I get here and I just lose it. I never lose it normally on a video.
But you do nailed it because everyone's expecting you to lose it.
I don't want to lose it, fine. They'll laugh at me.
Oh,
They'll laugh at me.
No one laughs at you,
They
Andy.
do.
No, they don't.
take the mickey out of me.
No, they're all lovely sweethearts, really.
You know, I've done
they
all-
just pretend to be nasty trolls.
I lay all on. I brought these guys in today. We've played it on them. We tried our best. You know, Rob's filming it now for nothing. He's got to go take it away and edit it, and he's got to edit all down the madness that I'm doing. And then, you know, I try my best, get right to the end of it. I'm just about to do like, subscribe, go on the Patreon, click in the links, make sure you go and buy Shan. You know,
where'd you buy Shannon's album? You've got that bit.
Yeah, but I am going to get there. That's why I feel like I've messed up, because you did your bit well, didn't I?
You did.
Oh, I don't know what to say. Look, I implore you lot that to go and buy their albums now. Both of them, right? You call yourselves music fans, you lot. I don't think you're music fans. You're sat here watching this free content, aren't you? Free content, free jazz, free fast guitar playing, all the stuff. You sat there, probably put your comments on, oh, I noticed that Phi wasn't playing he said he would play the melodic mind of Lydian Menton and actually play through You're all doing that, aren't you? Well, why don't you put your money where your mouth is and go and click on the links and go and buy Shannon's album now and Phi's album, and then put it into the comments. I want to see, I bought the album, Andy, or I'm going to be very upset. Begone! Greg's anybody? So we're going to finish now with a piece called. It's no, it's not going to be called Isomerism. It's going to be called. This is a piece by Andy Edwards called In and Out Finger.
Right.
Ready?